How's it going, everyone? We're here to check out our top skins that have been submitted to the workshop this last week. And in case you're new, just so you have a few things to cover here in this video, just because the skins are here does not mean they will make it in-game or that they are in-game. These are just the top submitted skins. Hulk could pick any of these or none of these. That can always happen. And then also, there is a 1 week delay to skins. A lot of people are asking, well, where's this skin? Where's that skin? And there's a pre-approval period of 1 week. So you might not see your favorite skin this week because it's already queued into the pre-approval for next week's video. So yeah, that's kind of how that goes. Anyways, guys, let's get into it. We've got a burlap set, and this one is looking pretty fancy. And of course, it is therefore named the Aristocrat Burlap Set. And yeah, it's definitely quite fancy looking, but still has that burlappy look, you know, so people would know. And yeah, definitely a very cool idea. Next up, we have this beautifully sculpted set for the hide armor. What? Exactly, that's right. Vincent has brought us the wild set. And it is a hide top and shorts. So there we go. It has this beautiful kind of like handcrafted, almost like a Native American kind of vibe going to it. And yeah, just a very beautiful tribal set. Definitely a nice one. Next up, you can join the Navy, maybe, if this one makes it in. This is the Naval Camo set by Vase. And yeah, the whole thing looks like it is normal, just camo. But if you get a little bit closer, wait, what is that? You can see it is all a bunch of Rust dudes doing various Rust things. Including, I think that guy's cannibalizing that dude's head right there. We got a guy in a floaty, M249 dude, AK guy. There's just all sorts of stuff going on here. You could stare for a while. But definitely really creative. You know, from far, it definitely just looks like camo. But up close, you can see the amazing Rust-related details. Next up, we've got version 2 of the Monument Memories road sign set. And yeah, you can see it's got some updates to the details and so forth. It does have the new mouth that the high qual set saw the update with. And then you can see there's kind of a little more details here and there. The edges were kind of smoothed out, and I think the cloth kind of looks more, I would say, kind of like a different fabric now. Almost like it's made out of jeans. Or denim, sorry, jeans. Made out of jeans, guys. I mean, I guess that technically you get the idea, but I meant to say denim. You get the idea. One way or another, definitely a nice little upgrade. We've got one more road sign set for you this week, and this one is all puffy and honestly just looks like it's made out of pool floaties, which is absolutely amazing. This is the Dolphin Set by Mishk, and yeah, look, you've got this little happy little dolphin there and some bubbles here and there, but the real effect is just how this looks like the whole thing is an inflatable set of armor. And yeah, you just gotta love that. It's definitely a very creative idea. And even the face kind of has like a dolphin-y kind of whale chin thing going on, so you gotta love it. Lots of creativity here. Alright, next up we've got some high qual sets for you, and we are starting off with, excuse me, the Remix face mask and chest piece. And yeah, Diva Dan has set this one up, and yeah, it just has a very esports RGB kind of feel going on to it. And yeah, is this something I could see a lot of people being into and then absolutely hating? This is going to be one of those skins that's very one side or the other, I think. But it does have a glowing version, which is cool, but not the most practical idea. But hey, let's go ahead and just kind of show the glow. And of course, it is the rainbow, as you would expect. So there you have that. And last but not least, for our armor and clothing, we've got one more high qual set for you, and this is the Asgard set by Samoda and team, and they've done an amazing job at this. Look at that. This is the detail to it and everything. Definitely looks really cool. And it's very different, you know? So we haven't had too many, you know, most of the Norse things are very kind of like cloth and so forth, and this is definitely very cool steel design. Next up, we've got our deployables, and we've got a couple of different sleeping bags for you this week. Starting out with this one right here. This is the Childhood Dreams version 2 by Call Me Tommy. And yeah, as you can see here, it's gotten a bit of a fabric update, and it even kind of looks a little more like a, I don't know, kind of cartoony design. And yeah, we've got the little pillow, which of course is a spaceman helmet, and it does have a glowing version with the stars and so forth, so we'll be sure to show you that here at the end. Next, we've got another sleeping bag for you, and this one is the Cryo Sleeping Bag. And yeah, as you can see, it's all iced up, and you've got some snowflakes there, and Cobalt logo, and then it says Cryo Program, or Cryogenic Program, I should say. And yeah, definitely a neat idea where you can implement a little bit of lore into the design. Next over here, we've got the King's Sleeping Bag by Y9J. And yeah, this bag is fit for a king. It's got all sorts of flair along the side and looks extra comfy. It has kind of like a little castle design with a nice little crown. And yeah, it's kind of simple, but a nice design with a good mix of colors. Next over here, we've got something fruity and summery for you. This is the My Summer Bed by, excuse me, Bad Trip. Today, I'm just all sorts of allergied up. And there we go. We've got all sorts of delicious looking popsicle ice cream kind of thing going on here with a full watermelon pillow. So there you go. Definitely looks a little bit more like a floaty than a bed, but hey, in Rust, anything is more comfortable than the ground, right? Moving on, we've got another pool floaty kind of summer design for you. This is the Pool Float, literally, like that is the name of it, Pool Float by Jensen. And you've got two kind of angry looking flamingos. Usually I see flamingos, I'm like, ah, flamingos, but these two kind of look like they're about to shank you or something. I don't know, but one way or another, there's some beautiful tropical flowers accompanying them. And yeah, very cool. You can even see the little inflatable nozzle there to inflate or deflate it. Next, we've got a couple furnaces for you. Starting out with this one right here, we've got the Rainbow Gummy Furnace. And yeah, the whole thing is kind of meant to look like kind of like a gummy bear. And yeah, I definitely dig that. That is a very cool idea. And then over here, we've got another furnace for you. And this one's a little more on the other side of the world with the Possessed Furnace by Shedmon. And yeah, there is that. Let's go ahead and toggle them both on. All right, and as you'll see with the gummy bear, the top kind of starts to light up a bit. You can see it really much better at night, so we'll be sure to show that here at the end as always. And then same thing, again, it's gonna look a lot better at night, but here is the day glow when lit. Next, we got a small box for you, and this one is a little gunpowder pirate box. This is the small pirate box by MM, and yeah, it's just got this little Jolly Roger on the front, some coins on the map, and so forth. Very small hook hand. That's kind of funny. But you've got the gunpowder written on the side, and on the back here, you can kind of just see a little more of the net. Over here, we've got number 12 in the set. Looks like Hulk skipped ahead, so maybe this week we'll get number 12 and it won't be skipped, but we've got the component box. And yeah, you can see there's some tech trash, you know, blown up and painted onto some sheet metal riveted to the top there as usual, as you would expect. And then on the sides, you've got some green neon for the components. Next over here, we've got some doors, starting out with a beautiful wooden door right here. This one is a continuation with the Blood and Fire set from Le Crempe. It's been some time, and the last thing I think we got was a rug with the same cool dragon on it. So yeah, definitely been some time. Very cool to see artists bring back older designs that were definitely cool looking. And on the back here, we've got some neat steel hinges and designs along with some flames and kind of like a darker gray and black, which I think really complements it nicely. Next, we've got a couple sheet metal doors, starting out with this one right here, which is all ready to have summer party going on. This is the Summer Vibes door by Andy Boo. And yeah, definitely all sorts of summer vibes, as it would suggest. Next, we've got another door for you here, and this one is the Refuse Metal door by Kiva. And yeah, it's made up of all sorts of pieces of stuff from Rust. There's like train pieces and stuff from the different Cobalt labs, a Bradley piece. There's just a little bit of everything in there. I think there's a piece of recycler on there. One or another, it's a really cool design that brings in parts of the game world, which is always cool. Then over here, we got a door last week, and it looks like we've now got the additional door to the set. This is the surveillance room door. So yeah, it looks quite a bit the same as the last one, but you can see that it's got the little surveillance picture down there. Who knows, maybe this could be a set, and you know, people are always wondering, you know, do you want to mark your doors and so forth? You could always mislead people too, so who knows. One of those things with Rust, definitely be nice to have maybe a door set. Moving on, we've got some garage doors, starting out with this one right here. This is a very nice firefighter garage door, brought to us by Ideal and Team. And, yeah, or just Ideal. No, I think this one's just Ideal's work today. One way or another, Freedom garage door here with the firefighter theme. Continuing on, it says Trust Nobody. Definitely a very bright looking and nicely designed garage door. Speaking of bright, our last couple garage doors here are very neon-y. Starting with this one, we've got the Disco Club garage door. And yeah, this one here is definitely very disco-y and very bright. And quite well done. Moving on over here, we've got one more for you. And this is a continuation in the Outer Planet set by Kenzie. And yeah, therefore is the Outer Planets garage door. And I think we all want to see these glow at night, so let's go ahead and kill the lights real quick. Or slowly. There we go. And there is the glow, guys. Very beautifully done. Of course, we got the components box. Oop. There's a little bit of glow on the pirates. Look at that. And then we've got our two furnaces. And see now what I mean? The top of the gummy bear kind of like lights up. It's definitely a neat little effect. And then lastly, way out here, like I said, we do have the glow of the stars on this one. Alright guys, let's go ahead and dive into the tools and weapons, and this week we've got a lot of rocks for you. Starting out with this glowy one right here. This is the Alien Azurite by Milo Frito. And yeah, this one is definitely quite cool and bright. And it does have a glow and non-glowing version, so we'll be sure to show that as always. Next, we've got another very creepy looking rock. This one is the Alien Virus rock by Fresh. And yeah, definitely a very sick design. Then we've got some eyeballs to stare back at you. This is the Toxic Eyes by Zanks? I hate trying to do names that are just like X's and characters or stuff like that. So anyways, very eyeball-y rock. Then we've got something else for you, and look at this one. As the light hits it differently, it just really shines. This is the Ancient Saronite by Mama, and yeah, just look at that. Very unique. You know, it's kind of like gold but bronzy, and then it has kind of a bit of a rainbow tint to it. Very cool. Then we've got, yes, more rocks for you, and this one is just straight up disgusting. This is the Capillary Rock by Rotoman, and yeah, it just looks like some kind of weird tumor removed straight up out of something, and yeah, I think that's the vibe they're going for. They did a really good job. And here you go. We've got a little bit more disco for you guys with this little disco party rock. It even has a happy little sunflower. This is the Disco Rock by Raven. Next, we've got a little bit more tools for you, starting out with this stone tool set, but it actually kind of looks like it is made out of the little bit of bone. This is the Stone Hatchet and Pickaxe Fire Element set. So there you go. You got some little flames painted on the front there, and it kind of has the rest of it kind of like a tribal look to it, which is quite cool. Then, of course, the matching pick, which has like a blue flame at the beginning. Next, we've got a knife for you, and this one has all sorts of a little toxic look to it. This is the Radioactive Knife version 2 Vitalic, And yeah, there you go. Definitely has like a very, you know, handmade kind of look to it, which fits into Rust quite nicely. Next, we've got a bow for you, and this one looks like it's kind of made out of like a wicker, and it's definitely got really nice design to it. This is the Triangulated Bow by Shia, and yeah, look at that. Definitely very unique. Go ahead and draw that back, do a little spin, and there we have it. Next, we've got a sap for you, and this one is all kind of like future tech-y looking. This is the digital sap by Anathen, and yeah, well, there you go. I mean, the name kind of fits right into it there. Last for this group, we've got a SAR for you, and this one's got a creepy clown on the side of it, and, well, is therefore named the Crazy Clown SAR by M. Verona. So there you have it. Crazy Clown. Aiming down the sights here, you've got a kind of like clown dripping face right there, staring back at you. Not too much done with the sights, just kind of black on black, not too exciting. There is a reload, and there we got it. Next, we've got continuation in the Toxic Wolf set with the Toxic Wolf SMG by Zinc, and yeah, I mean, it's exactly what you expect from the set. Same design, lots of toxic little drip going on here and there. Definitely always looks like something that would glow, but doesn't. You've got that bright tip right there to help you kind of focus in a little bit behind the gradient of the rest of the sight there. And there we go. Then we've got another Tommy for you, and this one is just straight up gold Thompson. It is the Gold Elite Thompson by Diaz, and yeah, I mean, there it is. It's got some nice little fancy carved wood, and then just straight up gold Tommy. And you'll see the sights have been edited to where the big old like blinders on the side aren't there. Next, we've got a MP5, and this is part of Johnny's new Dominant set. And I don't know how well this one will do for the sheer fact that it looks very, very, very similar to a Counter-Strike set. But hey, that's in Counter-Strike. This is a completely different game, so we'll just have to see how that goes. That is ultimately all up to Hulk. Aiming down the sights here, you've got a orange sight to help you focus in against the white and black right there. We'll do a little reload. And there we go. Next, we've got a SMG for ya, and this one is quite awesome. This is the Banger Custom by B3D, and I believe Stabby McStabby Face and CD. It's quite the collaboration on this, and it's got all sorts of cool little art. There's little bullets literally drawn on the mag right there. And yeah, lots of little cool artwork. Aiming down the sights here, you've got an angry, like, shark bullet kind of thing going on, which is quite cool. Go ahead and pop a reload on that one. And there we go. Next, we've got an AK for you, and this one looks all sorts of dangerous to hold in your hands, to be honest. This is the Steel Ribs AK by M. Damon. And I think you can see why it is named that. Aiming down the sights here, you've got a skull, and then kind of like that, I don't even know what to really call it. It's kind of like a purpley gray metallic color. It's more gray than anything, with a little bit of rust on it maybe. But there you go for the sights. And a reload. Last in this set, we've got a Bamboo AK for you. I chose to show the stocked version, but there's a stockless version as well, which you can check out down in the link in the description of the video. And yeah, this is a nice continuation in the bamboo set. As you aim down the sides, you can see some of the ends of the bamboo sticks, which is pretty cool. It's got that same kind of rope and wraps around it from the rest of the set. Definitely a nice addition to it. Alright guys, next up we've got a couple LRs for you, starting out with this one, and it's got this really cool artwork of a piranha on the side of it, and this is the Fishing is Forbidden LR by Freddy, and yeah, I might see why. I mean, if you catch that thing, I think it's probably going to try to bite you a few times. Aiming down the sights here, you've got kind of like a rusted metal against the kind of blue paint, which I think is quite nice. You can go ahead and do a reload there. Pop some bubbles back into the bottom of that fish. Then, next, we've got a fancy-looking LR for you. This is the Classics LR by PSE. And, yeah, you can see, I mean, it pretty much lives up to that name. Definitely has a very clean, fancy look to it. Aiming down the sights here, you've got a black tip against the silver. And we've got a little bit of a design, so it's not just empty and blank there. Next, we've got another LR, and this one is all sorts of, well, rainbowy colors, I guess. This is the Prisma LR by Jin. So it's a continuation in his Prisma set, as, you know, you can guess from the name. And it has all those same crazy kind of, like, stone-carved colors to it. Aiming down the sights, there's a blue tip on the black with a big purple ring. And there's that reload. Next, we've got some more stony-looking LRs for you. Whoop, and I don't know what happened there. But we've got this one here, and this is part of Hatton's, I guess, gem guns. There's the ruby and the sapphire. So this is the ruby. Sapphire is blue, and then there's also an emerald, which is green. But there's kind of already several emerald and jade sets, so I went ahead and showed you the ruby one. Aiming down the sights here, you've got a red tip against the black paint. Next, we've got a L9 for you, and it is the Cold Hunter L9, as you would expect. Everything from the Cold Hunter set. Already threw the scope on there because, well, you know, it doesn't really have much going on when you aim down the sights, so I figured that doesn't matter to show. Go ahead and pop a reload on it. There we go. And there you have it, Cold Hunter L9. And then we've got a rocket launcher for you. This one is a continuation of the Doodle set with the Doodle launcher. You've got all sorts of little artwork there on the side, and then aiming down the sights, you've got a red painted sight, which you know is so important with a rocket launcher, right? Let's go ahead and pump a reload here. And let's see, what can we shoot? Is there anything cool around to shoot at? Not really. All right, let's just shoot a tree again. Because, you know, we have a thing against trees. And I missed. Wow. Well, that is fine because, guys, there is one more rocket launcher this week. And boom, there you go. Look at this one. It is part of the what set, guys? The lightweight set. If you couldn't guess that from the design, you should know by now. And I definitely like the kind of foil thing done at the end there with the weird part of the ugly part of the rocket launcher, which is quite nice. And then when you aim down the sights, you got a little silver tip there. So let's pump a reload on it. Oh, look at the inside. Isn't that cool? You gotta love that little swirl there. And let's try this again. Boom! We took the tree out finally. All right, guys, we did it. That's gonna be it for this week. I'm going to go ahead and show off any of the glowing skins here at the end as usual, so tune in for that if you want to see it. Thanks for watching. Tell me which ones you're looking forward to the most and hope to see later this week. And don't forget, there's going to be more Twitch drops starting on the 15th, so keep an eye out for a video on that, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay rusty. Have a great one.